illustrious cast with us this evening. We have Buddy from TMB Productions. Of course, the one and only Brian S. Fred. We have Boston John Cawley with us. We have, of course, Swingin' Jay from Temecula, California. And Eric from Good Guy Productions up in Lake Placid. So, before we get into the topic, I've been asked to read about our sponsors. This is what keeps this channel going. And one of our long-time sponsors is DJEventPlanner.com. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial. Now, I put, for the people that are watching live right now, in the chat is hyperlinks to these companies I'm going to follow up after DJ Event Planner. And the second one is electrovoice.com, djtrivia.com, proxdirect.com, djrequest.com, which is a request app will come right to your booth. And Odyssey Cases, obviously that's Cases. And the last one is perfectportals.ca/. Now, these will also be, when this goes to YouTube, you just go down where it says see more, click on more, and they're hyperlinks to these companies. We'd really appreciate it if you would support the people that are supporting this channel that you are getting gold nuggets from for free. All right, guys, are we ready? The topic for tonight is it's going to be two-part, and it's going to be bands or groups. They could be a cappella groups or bands that play instruments but have awesome harmonies, top harmonies.
Okay. Everyone's thinking of the exact same group.
Well, I hope not. I got a list of 20 of them here.
Well, bet they all start.
Brian did two really good videos about the Rolling Stone debacle that it's all over the place how much they screwed up. And
the best singers. Yeah. Remember we talked about it last week. It's a joke.
Yeah, and I finally looked at it.
Everybody agreed with him. So Brian, you're the music savant.
Yeah.
Can you think of a group that has awesome harmonies, excellent harmonies?
First one that comes to mind is Little River Band.
Oh, good one. Good one.
And just because I didn't think anybody else would pick it, but they absolutely have fantastic harmonies. If you listen to songs like Help Is On the Way or Hang On, whatever it's called, or Love's
Hang On, let me
Cool Change
one off. Okay, don't do that one.
They've got fantastic, they do fantastic harmonies, and they're like 4 or 5-part harmonies too.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
I agree.
Little River Band's my first one.
All right. Yeah, because we'll go around a couple times. All right, who wants to go up next? Go ahead, buddy.
I'm going to say Kool and the Gang, because if you listen to Misled, and that's one of my favorite songs from them, Misled, you listen to all their songs they have, the whole band, you have the lead singer, you hear the whole band in the song, and all of them together just sound with this wall of sound, and they have this beautiful harmony that you can't get with a lot of other places.
Wow, good choice. Who's up next? Okay, John, I'm going to
I'll fire one in, sure. You would have to pick the Brothers Gibb, of course, for the amazing sound.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the in the tic tac or the bingo card. That's the one in the middle.
That's the free square. There's
another one off my list. You guys.
Oh, there's plenty. But yeah, they were pioneers with overlapping vocals and a lot of the filtering to have, and the harmonies were all legit. It wasn't vocal tricks. It was all done on tape.
That's right.
A lot of tune. These guys could sing. They're great sound all the way through their career.
Okay, there's 2 of you left for the first round.
Can I sing it?
We'd awesome that. But it wouldn't be a harmony.
Real life, or is this just fantasy?
Now we're demonetized.
Okay.
It sounded too much like Freddie.
Yeah, it's so accurately.
Get wonders
Not on.
I thought it was.
Never said I was a singer. Check that one off my list. All right.
I want Eric's autograph.
Yeah. Queen. I picked Queen myself. Yeah.
Who wants to guess he does karaoke?
He does.
You know what my favorite karaoke song is? I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go.
You know what mine is, Eric? Mine is tequila.
Mine's
Yeah.
Wipeout.
One word.
I'll break a sweat singing that one. Yeah.
Wipe out. You not say anything. Okay, Jay, you're up.
You know, I was going to go with the obvious a cappella group, but instead, I think I will go with one that I think really, in my opinion, never let me down on the harmonies, and that would be the group Ambrosia.
Oh, yeah. They do a nice job.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every song, and they do this call and like answer harmonies that I love,
Mm-hmm.
where the singer will sing and then everyone does the harmony after.
Right.
So it's like a call and return kind of thing.
Almost like gospel type. In church, we used to have that as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I have to give my pick. I'm going to go with something somewhat contemporary. I think it's less than 10 years old. Pentatonics,
Yeah, that was
otherwise known as PTX. You know, they have 30 billion streams. They have 3 Grammys, and one of their albums sold 10 million copies.
probably their Christmas one.
The Christmas one, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're amazing.
All right. Second round before we go to the next question. Okay, who went first last time? That was...
So we only get to go twice?
Huh?
This is only a 2-time thing, and then we got another question? So we got to make this one good, because we only get 2, right?
Well, we could go 3 times.
Oh, you said you had another question.
Yeah.
I was just compiling all of the... You said you had 20 of them.
I do.
So I'm thinking, I got to...
Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll go as long as we can.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it after... Well, I was thinking before Eric even said it, but speaking of David Lee Roth, the harmonies that him and Michael Anthony was catching in Van Halen were really good.
Yeah.
They weren't repeated. I really like...
Let me check off another one on my list. Look at this thing on another one I did.
Road Dog.
You need to put your bike on a like a rope there. You can pull it down and kind of like the announcer at WWF.
All right. Instead of checking things off, I'll just have a sip of this.
Oh, go ahead and check them off.
I'm having an Arnold Palmer. Ooh.
No, I would just really think
Eric's
that
favorite drink.
between David Lee Roth and Michael Anthony, that's where the magic of Van Halen was for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony did a fine job, but there was something about those contrasting vocal styles with those two that was one of the most, I guess, remarkable things of the first incarnation of Van Halen to me. A lot of people say it was the drumming and the guitaring, and that was good, but those harmonies are really special.
Yes.
The guitarist is just okay, I think, if you really break really was. I would go with Brian. I think it was the harmonies. That was really all that stood out.
They were interesting. They were really interesting.
I mean, if you hear Sammy now in the circle with Michael Anthony, you find out very, very quickly all of the high harmonies were Michael Anthony.
Right.
Like everything. And honestly, you see Eddie sing on stage on quite a few songs.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear it isolated to see what his voice was.
Sure.
Because it must have matched. Because like Running with the Devil, it's all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so he had to add a little something. But I agree with Brian.
Right.
The harmonies were great with Van Halen.
Oh yeah. All right. Who went second? Who went second? Was that you, Billy?
Got it.
So, because I'm a wedding DJ and because I do a lot with weddings and ceremonies, Boyce Avenue. Have you guys ever heard that before? They have a lot of acapellas and a lot of covers, including Just the Way You Are, which is really, really pretty song. I love playing it in the beginning of dinner because it has it's pure vocals and it's
Dinner or cocktail.
voices.
Good choice. Good choice. So it's up to you, John. This round.
Sure. We'll go Lennon McCartney for Beatles, because their sound was
Oh, well, goes
went out the barbershop quartets. I mean, they were very unique. Lennon usually sang the low, McCartney sang the high, but they just created these tones, these blends that were so great. If you listen to like Because off of Sgt. Pepper or Should Have Known Better, you hear them hitting the two notes, and it almost makes it like a uniform voice, like a single body singing, and they were so in sync. Yeah, I'd say Beatles for sure, for some great harmonies.
Yeah, good point. I got to tell you honestly, when I was a kid in the band and playing drums and trying to sing harmony with the group, oh man, it is difficult. You need some skills. So, okay, who went? What was it? Is it up to you, Eric?
God, we're kind of dating ourselves here. So what I did is, I mean, some of my obvious ones are going to be like ELO and ABBA. Those are very obvious. And I did a Google search of current groups that harmonize. There really aren't any. Can we think of anybody that's current? Than the past.
Now without backing tracks live. Now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
And that just shouldn't count. If you can't live.
That popped up was like Mumford and Sons that I saw. I'm like,
the most current one I could come up with is my first choice was PTX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of geez, Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood. ELO. Those are some great groups.
One at a time, pal. Come on.
One at a time. You're ruining it for
like fireworks.
What the hell? It's like,
well, ABBA's good. ELO's good.
Get off of that trigger button. All right, Jay.
Notes too.
I'm like placid there.
I am going to go with one. And again, I'm using seeing them live as a judgment point to what Eric was saying about new grooves. So this is not a new groove, obviously, but I'm going to say Def Leppard.
Yeah, they did.
Every member of Def Leppard sings. All 5 members are singing live. And they do have an ability to harmonize really well live. So
they do a wonderful job.
Yeah, Def Leppard.
Okay. Nice. Boy, you guys are sharp. You have even guessed my second question, but we're going to do one more round. So I'm going to say, Brian, you're up then.
I need to do one that's not on your list. Yeah,
oh, right.
It's one of my. This can't be on your list, dude. There's no way. It was one of the first times I recognized harmony. I thought that is really cool, and I really liked it. And that would be the Hughes Corporation. It's fantastic harmonies.
Good choice.
On songs like Rock the Boat and I Caught Your Act. I love the harmonies they did on that. So I there are others that I could have mentioned, but I just wanted to do one where you're like, damn it, I got to check one off here that you got.
But Rock the Boat, that still goes over well.
That bridge, Our Love Is Like a Ship on the Ocean, that is gorgeous. The way they harmonize that with the backing vocalist and the lead vocalist, it's really nice.
Wow.
Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. So that's what I got.
Excellent. All right, buddy.
Well, I misspoke earlier. I said Boyce Avenue. What I wanted to say was Anthem Lights, because they're a group. They do an acoustic version of Just the Way You Are, and they're actually the final. They're really good. But Boyce Avenue is a lot of great stuff too. My other one, I would probably say, being a freestyle fan and like a freestyle music, you can go through a lot of freestyle bands. But I would probably say the Cover Girls.
They do a nice job. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. They do a nice job.
They do. They
like that.
They do a nice job.
I like that. Okay. We're over to you, Mr. Boston John Calder.
Sure. I get another one. The names of them escape me, but the two ladies that sing alongside Fred in B-52s have a very unique
Somebody and
I can't think of
the redheaded and the blonde.
Yeah. With the B-odds, right?
B-odds.
Here it is.
It's redhead is Kate. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's like Kate. Kate B something.
That sounds about right. But the way that the voices are more of a contrast than a blend, because they're singing clearly two different parts, and they both stand up, but they're unmistakable when you hear them together. You like throw them if you want to. You just hear the two of them singing in almost two different songs, but it's just so unique sounding. They're Great for harmonizing.
It's like ABBA if the girls were in Weird Al Yankovic's band.
That's good. I like that.
Kate Pearson and Cindy Wilson.
Pearson. There you go.
There we go.
Pearson.
All right.
Show them some love for sure.
Jay's quick on the Google. All right, Jay, you're up.
Okay. This has got to be on your list. So I'm going to say the granddaddies of harmony, Crosby, Stills, Nash.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
I'm not going to have any choices. Here we go.
If we do 12 rounds, I have some that I can argue are amazing live and still sound good. So, but I figured I'd go there just to get the audience going. How come nobody said Crosby, Stills, Nash?
Well, I have Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Well, see, and that's a weird thing too, because I think you could go either way.
Yeah.
Like if you look at, Teach.
Good.
Neil Young wasn't with them for Teach, and their Woodstock version is just gorgeous. But the Neil Young wrote Ohio, and the harmonies on Ohio are amazing too. So
yeah,
you can't lose either way.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Eric, just one. Don't be spitting out a bunch of dude spoilers here.
Well, can I say my favorite song, then give one?
You already said your favorite song. It was your karaoke song.
No, it's NCC. I'm not in love. How about Hall & Oates? I love Hall & Oates.
Oh, very good.
But see, the favorite song was on my list too, and that's one of the reasons, because live, they can do that live. Obviously not the 600.
Right,
yes. But I've seen them in the last 5 years live. And
really?
Well, let me clarify that. Live on one of those, 80s festivals from England.
Yeah.
And they performed. And even though they're now much older, their voices sounded amazing together.
That was one of those first songs. I remember you asked me one night, it was one of our topics, like what song really grabbed you at the beginning of your career? And that was one of those songs that, I was like, wow.
Now you're dating yourself. Really? If I'm not in love with at the beginning of your career, you're definitely dating.
No, I was like 10 years old in my bedroom and,
Yeah, as a DJ.
Bedroom DJ.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
Do you know where they came from? Do you know whose backup band they were?
I think it's Tanzania. I'm not sure.
Neil Sedaka.
Yes.
On Sedaka's back. They were actually his engineers because they had the studios. And
it was Cream and something, right? The two guys?
Golly and Cream, yeah.
Golly and Cream.
Those are two of them. They became the video guys.
Yeah. And they had a couple other hits away from 10cc.
Cry was...
Cry. That was a pretty good song.
That was very big over there.
That was like a Friday night video song back in 1985 or something.
Yeah, odd video. But they're more famous for video production than music. They were the ones behind like Duran Duran's Girls on Film. They did that.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
All right. I will give one that hasn't been used yet. Boys to Men.
Oh, right. Yeah. R&B harmony groups.
A little bit more current. Sure. And a lot of them went on to solo projects. And
no one has to name one member, though.
Well, I can't.
Boys to Men? Was it Ralph Tresvant in that band?
No. He was in New Kids. He was in
New Edition.
New Edition.
Yeah.
With Johnny Gill and Belle Biv DeVoe. And
and
4
or 5 other people.
Bobby Brown.
What was he in?
In Sync.
In Sync.
You could argue In Sync and Boys to Men and 98 Degrees.
Yeah.
Sure. All the boy bands.
Period. Blow them all, Jay. Go ahead.
Blow them all.
Last round. Throw them all in.
Yeah.
If we do it next round, I'm coming out. Like,
no, well, you know what? We'll keep going, and then we'll have a top 100, like the Rolling Stones type thing.
Okay.
You're up, Brian.
Anna Nancy Wilson of Heart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
So, I mean, you don't know it. It's a bit like, as John mentioned, Bee Gees. Sometimes you're thinking, wow, Barry Gibb has a great voice, but it's actually Barry and Robin together, but you don't know that Barry and Robin together. It's the same thing a lot of times with Anna Nancy Wilson, because Nancy's a great singer too.
Yes.
And she comes in on the harmonies a lot in bridges, in choruses, on those songs.
So. She sings half of these.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's split vocal. Half is Ann, half is Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
and they fit in the pocket really, really well together.
They do. Okay, buddy, it's up to you now.
I would think of someone that mostly known for himself, and his group, his name is himself. But Billy Joel, he has some songs with some harmony with his group. You look at Uptown Girl, you look at Longest Time, you look at with River of Dreams. You can go through a few songs he's done that a cappella kind of feel to a song, or that old 50s kind of feel to one. And he has to have those backing people to back him to make that feel. And in harmony, I feel it's good in those songs. Now, is he a pure harmonist that they always sing together? Well, yeah, a lot of groups have backing, back singers that help them. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that, I feel that he should be in that group a little bit. Not totally in, but at least halfway in, because he had some good songs that are, have that backing feel to it.
His throwback songs, especially. Yeah, exactly. Like River of Dreams and Uptown Girl and Longest Time.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of these on that album.
Yeah.
It has that nice 1950s feel to it, and they're great songs to play, and they have that harmony that you're looking for to have that lovely feel. But again, then you have his other songs basically by himself, but great stuff.
All right, John, are you up next?
Yeah, we're gonna bring you back to the rock and rollers. I'm gonna go with Alice in Chains. Both kind of versions. You get Lance Million, Terry Cantrell,
killing me,
and William Duvall, who's been in since 2008, 2009. Still got the same sound. They sing in that fourth separation, and very haunting, very eerie.
Yeah, you know what song I thought of with Alice in Chains was Rooster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Sometimes they alternate with who does the verse and who does the backing ahs, and it's always But again, unmistakable sound. It doesn't. You drop the needle on that record, almost immediately, like, oh, this is an Alice in Chains tune right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great sound. Great both.
All right. Who is it? Is it Eric? Or are you up next?
Eric.
Sure.
Eric. One thing, no spoilers.
No spoilers. One artist. Cool.
Alert.
There's so many good ones.
Just name one.
All right, Beach Boys.
Nice.
Okay. Gonna have another.
Just saw this.
Yeah. Well, half of them could sing.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
All right, Good Vibrations, right?
That's right.
Wish you were here when I did the back of Chicago.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, they had so many.
So Howie, we change this to a drinking game, because every time they hit one of your list,
every time you guys bang one off my list, I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
Eric's nice drink as well. It's iced tea and lemonade.
Yep, iced tea and lemonade. Have that drinking. So this could be a drinking game for with water.
Yeah,
soft way.
It is tonight.
There you go.
All right.
What else is in that?
Mr. Jay Brannon, you are up.
You know what? And again, I think we often think of harmonies as 4-part, but I think some of the best harmonies I've heard are 2-part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So again, the same way I saw 10cc's in the last few years, I saw this band. Loved them on record, and live they can reproduce it. And you've got to think of kind of their tracks, but you'll get the vocal harmonies. And that is level 42.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Really pretty harmonies. And it's pretty much two guys, the singer and the keyboardist. And the keyboardist takes all the high range, very Van Halen-esque, where you just, you have a split in the vocal. One's low, one's high.
Very good. Okay. My choice is going to be one of the spoilers that Eric put out there. Is going to be anything ELO that Jeff Lynne did. Anything, whether it was Electric Light Orchestra or the Traveling Wilburys or any of his solo stuff.
I almost said them.
Yep.
Nice.
Wilburys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong with Jeff Lynne. Yeah. So, Brian, you're up.
Should I do a Captain Obvious one?
Whatever you want.
So you can go, damn it, I gotta have a drink. How about the Four Seasons?
Well, I'm just pretending to drink it because otherwise I'd be drowning by now or have to pee.
The one that I was thinking of was not even their doo-wop stuff. Right around the same time Rock the Boat came out, I was mesmerized by Who Loves You. And the harmonies in that track are amazing. And that came out when I was alive, and it was on the radio, and I loved it. So harmonies were really catching my ear. There's another band that I have in mind too from right around the same time that had great harmonies. I might save if we do another round, but
I don't see why we couldn't. There's only
Frankie Valli is a good singer, but the rest of the band sings very well as well.
Absolutely. Okay, then, buddy, we're back to you.
I'm gonna go with the Commodores.
Ooh, good
Nice.
choice. Good
Nice.
choice.
Night Shift. That's probably my favorite song from them.
Without Lionel Richie.
But they have such a big, huge library. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm. Yep, very good. All right, John.
Coming back around to the Rockers again.
Sure.
Put something else up there from Rockers. Can it be one person harmonizing with themselves and making an amazing record in '76 that might have come out of Boston, out of someone's basement? I guess there's synthetic ways to go around and sing with yourself. The Brad Delp,
They sound great live, though.
you know, and Schultz is probably doing a little bit of the backing.
They did a nice job.
A little bit to hold the groove down while
Yeah, and he sings live.
goes
Everything.
things, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, that's a record like an unmistakable sound, kind of like your Yellow and that stuff. When you hear it, you just know that you listen to some great vocal prowess there. For sure. So
Absolutely.
Brad Delp in Boston. May he rest in peace.
All righty.
Call.
Good call. Yeah. Eric.
Mamas and the Papas, All the Leaves Are Brown.
Oh, crap. Another
It's back when I started my DJ career.
That's a good one.
Very good.
Can I say that on here?
Yeah. No. Yeah, very good. Good choice.
We have a 5-second beat.
Now, sadly, no.
Mr. Brennan.
I'm gonna follow John's lead and go with the Rockers, and I'm gonna even qualify it by saying before and after Mr. Michael McDonald. I'm gonna say the Doobie Brothers.
I was on the tip of my tongue earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not about that.
Without Michael McDonald, it was wonderful.
Yeah, both ways.
Like Water.
Oh yeah,
I love
music harmonies.
Line Train Running. Yeah.
Yeah.
listen to the
Pat
music.
Sullivan doing lead vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah, just great sound. Really fun to listen
Absolutely.
to.
Okay.
Round 306.
I'm gonna go with a rocker. I think two guys here would probably might even know the name of the band because they lived there. Boston, More Than a Feeling.
Didn't John just say Boston?
Yeah, he did.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a song. I didn't name them down. I just
He didn't say Boston. Well,
It's the lead singer.
we assumed it was Boston. Mr. Delp and
Okay, well then I'll change and I'll go to ABBA.
you give a second vote for Boston. That's
all right.
I would have done this.
Anything from ABBA. I mean, that's still being used at weddings and
Oh yeah.
events.
ever.
Yeah.
We're gonna play Dancing Queen till the day we all drop.
Yeah. Dancing Queen. Oh, real. It's certainly big in the gay clubs and the gay weddings that I do.
Mamma Mia, you play that, you get people out there singing that out there.
Those straight weddings I do.
Yeah.
And
Mamma Mia's had a resurgence this year.
Yeah.
I've played it more this year than I've ever played it seems.
Been
I don't
playing
know why.
Dancing Queen for 30 years and they just go nuts.
People love to hear it, they love to come out there and sing to it. Why not?
All right, we're a half hour in. Let me switch this up. Same topic, but a band that you've heard live that still can do it for real live.
So are we talking harmony or just a band?
Harmonies, you know, that you've seen live.
The wrench in the works there.
Yeah. Trying to think of a band. I mean, I haven't gone to a show in a long
I was
time.
gonna say,
You know, even at the show I went to, I don't recall harmonies at the show.
ZZ Top. I saw him a couple months ago. Actually, I saw Heart right before COVID. They can absolutely still pull it off.
Okay.
We're on it's a tough one.
Yeah. Who am I?
Back to who I've seen that.
Right. Yeah.
Actually,
The Wayback Machine.
Well, I mean, if you want to go back 20 years, I'm going back to like the Def Leppard stuff I said, because there's still. Let me ask you this, Howie. Can it be, does it have to be an in-person live, or could it be like, hey, I saw they just played at this festival and I saw a video on YouTube? No, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's a live video.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some of you go to shows a lot.
Ones that I actually saw live, but you would okay, Mulligan. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'll try to steer off the video, because so many things now get stuck into live video.
No, I think that's a good point, though. If it's live, a live version. Go ahead.
The only fear factor then is like, I just saw a Wasp live video, and now I'm reading they're using backing tracks, which isn't live anymore. Kind of.
Yeah. Right.
And I question how many bands are doing that. It's obvious Aerosmith is doing it. So, they've got an extra keyboard player that's singing like 9-part harmony to Steven Tyler.
Right.
I love the boys, but John, come on. You can't hide it.
No.
700-pound, elephant in the room is, they're not 22 anymore.
No one's standing next to a microphone except that guy playing the keyboard, singing.
Yeah.
Part. Like, where's the sound coming from?
Where are all these mics back there?
They're quiet.
Why is Howie hooking up more mics to the guy? Shit. Who have I seen?
Special effects.
Rusted Root.
God damn.
Stuff I know that I've seen for shows, mostly rock shows. It's lead vocalist driven, and the rest of the band doesn't do much but play the instruments. Aside from Leopard, I've seen Poison and I've seen Deep Purple, but there's not a lot of that Poison going on. But they're still out, touring. On the never-ending tours, I guess they call it.
Metallica doesn't have harmony. Anthrax doesn't have harmony. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's tough.
Well, you know what I saw?
I have a few. I have a few that I've seen.
I just saw Skid Row and Warrant did sound good on harmonies, and I saw them live.
Oh, that's good.
And they did sound good on Uncle Tom's Cabin. So,
I was lucky enough to see Simon and Garfunkel live in Central Park when they set the first record for the most people at a concert.
When was that?
Concert.
81?
No, it was the late 30s.
It was the early 80s. It was 81.
Yeah, 80. It was, early 80s. Yeah.
And I think
them.
Who the hell topped them? Somebody did a live show there and was
Garth Brooks.
Was it Garth Brooks?
Yeah. Garth broke a million people.
Yeah, over a million. Yeah.
By the way, John Jazz is throwing in the chat room Styx.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Which is
I can say I have
good
seen
example
Styx live. I've seen them live.
Yeah.
I have seen the Beach Boys live and excellent. Fleetwood Mac I've seen live.
Yeah.
Anybody else see Fleetwood Mac live?
No.
Without Christine, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was only Stevie when I saw them.
You know what? We should have that topic some night, because I'm sick and tired of seeing one person in a band that and everyone's a side player. It's like, it's not the band anymore.
Right.
Stop calling it Foreigner.
Singer.
Right. Well, yeah, Lou Gramm was Foreigner. Now you have Kelly, who sounds like
Jones would argue
karaoke. Yeah, Mick Jones like even staged for half the show, Brian. He plays 3 songs now. He can't even barely make the stage. It's like, just put it out as the greatest of Foreigner. Don't call it Foreigner.
Right. Well, I'd agree with you on that, because the Beach Boys, there's only one original Beach Boy touring. They're not, the other ones aren't dead. It's just the one owns the rights.
Is this Mike Love?
Yeah, he owns the rights to the name the Beach Boys. There's only one Beach Boy.
Yeah, no. The Wilson Brothers days are when they were at their peak.
Yeah.
When they did all the stuff we're talking about. And even my favorite song is Sail on Sailor. And that's not even sung by anybody in the band. Right. That's sung by Blondie Chapman, who is one of their background singers and guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
So go figure that one out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, as said that Styx, after I was trying to think, because you stumped me really hard, Howie,
The last, like I can say person or group I saw was actually Dennis D. Young, which is a fellow Chicagoan, doing a concert at a municipal
Starbucks?
event. No, at not Starbucks. At a municipal event. So he was at a festival, doing a festival, and that's the last. I'm like, he sounds the same as Styx because he's the lead singer, but it's not Styx. It's Dennis D. Young. He has all the music. It's his music, and he could do everything. He's a Mr. Roboto and everything like that, and he sounded just like it was before. But I can't think of a group that was together that I saw because it's like I don't go to concerts anymore, just because of the fact that a lot of things I like, my wife doesn't like, stuff she likes, I don't like. So it's like I don't want to go by myself.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of shows. Just in the last, a little over a year, I guess. I saw a lot of shows at Rockville, and I saw a lot of shows at the other thing I did, the Mopop thing, but I don't recall Harmonies. The only thing I'm thinking, like, God, who do I see? I see, like, okay, iconic people, but they're not known for harmonizing with the bands. I have seen Dave Lee Roth and Michael Anthony, but one opened for the other. It's not like they were together, and there was nobody harmonizing with them.
Right.
And if I have to think back, just like, God, who the hell harmonized? Who in the hell harmonized? That was really like, okay, I would be like, oh my gosh.
A couple years ago, Blue Oyster Cult was at a local casino.
It would be like almost 40 years ago when I saw Rat, and they had cool harmonies.
Yeah.
But that was like 39 years ago. I don't know.
That's a journey in the last 10 years. And even with the new singer, they sound good.
How do you like that? I stumped the Savant. How do you like that?
Well, I just don't see a lot of live shows.
See, that's the downside.
I'll need to get out more.
And a lot of bands, let's face it, after the 80s, bands didn't think as much about
Like saying, cool green cars, you go
on the road the way they did then. That's the thing with Def Leppard. I've seen Def Leppard like 8 times. And every time I've seen them, even with Steve Clark or Vivian Campbell, their harmonies were amazing. Like they did it live. They actually delivered.
Mm-hmm.
So, most bands, when you think about it, just don't have good harmonies in the realm of who we've guessed or said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very few on that list were new bands either. We all went back, decades. Most of them.
Yeah.
Find people that have that sound.
I was thinking out of Harmonies acts that were really good too, that I really liked. But
other than some boy bands like BTS, or if you go to a all girl band like Blackpink or something like that, those are Korean groups. In the past few years, I probably say in the past even 10 years, there really has not been a lot of groups together that have a lot of harmony, and it's hard because has that fallen on the wayside or
a lot of no,
it's artists.
A lot of it is the production cost run by the big corporation, and it's like, oh, let me do another take on that one. I don't think I got. Don't worry,
one back.
fix it.
It's a clunker.
Fix that post.
We'll fix that later. We'll punch that.
We'll fix it later, and
there was
auto-tune.
There was a thing though. If you go back to the 90s, it was a thing. Harmony groups were a thing, and the one that was always my guilty pleasure that I don't think I've ever mentioned is SWV. I always just really liked SWV
voices. Yeah,
I don't know why. There's a song. They have an album called Beginnings, and there's a track on there called Use Your Heart that is gorgeous. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite songs, really, and it's so pretty.
That's great.
And there you had In Vogue as well.
I loved In Vogue
and TLC, and there were several, but SWV is my guilty pleasure for that whole thing. And it was a thing, and that was the boy band thing too. And that might have gotten played out a little bit.
Well, like Color Me Bad with Mia Moore. The harmonies on that are just tasty.
Yeah.
Force MD.
Oh my gosh.
All for one harmonies. But that was their whole selling point. We're 3 or 4 or 5 people that are harmonizing the vocal. So we're delivering. It's like nobody said it, and you guys may not even remember it. Howie might, because it's a New York group. There was a group called Manhattan Transfer.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they did.
They rank right up there with Meatloaf for me.
Wow.
No, too long. Brian's court.
No, they're
Right. So then the rest of the world is wrong.
No, I'm saying I don't like musical theater, and they're very musical theater.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't like musicals, you're not going to like that kind of thing. If you dig Broadway, you might like Manhattan Transfer.
Wow, I got these tickets to see Oklahoma while Brian's here for NAMM too. I guess. I guess I'll be scalping those.
You'll be scalping those because
No
advantageous very well to go to that.
SR.
You want to see me really uncomfortable? Take me to a Broadway show. I'll just.
I've turned down tickets
Do
to
it.
Broadway shows. I hate musicals. I hate.
You want to run a movie? Start singing your dialogue. Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen The Producers. I'm seeing a few.
That would have been
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
My little girlfriend took me to opera 3 times because she got season tickets, and 3 times I fell asleep.
I don't know what's weirder about musicals.
You fell asleep.
And the fact that they is it that they sing their dialogue, or that the guy in the third row is always like,
It's a little bit of both.
He was the 5th Marx Brothers a night at the opera.
Honest to God, I was out. She had to wake me up. The 4th time, she took her girlfriend. I'm like, it took you 3 times to figure out I was in bad placement?
Yeah.
It's like, we can get dinner afterwards. I'm like, no. Let's get something to eat before. Like turkey, mashed potatoes. I threw some shots of Jack Daniels.
Southern PM. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who
That
tips
was
the
nice
mariachi
Sunday.
to leave my table. Get away from my table.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
sing to me. I don't like it.
Excuse me, senor, we're breaking up here. If you could just go to the next
Yeah.
table.
No, you don't understand. Here's a 20 to go as far away.
Go away.
I like your music, but don't sing to me.
Can you play Over the Hills and Far Away? No, I mean, I really go over the hills.
I actually did that in New York when I was much younger. I did it. They had the violin guys. It was an Italian restaurant. I gave the guy a 20 because I wanted to talk to this girl, and I said, "We're good. You can go away."
Yeah.
Like I'm not proposing. It's just a date. I hardly know her.
I feel terrible, but when you said I gave him 20 to go away, I wanted to talk to this girl, the first thing in my head was, before her parents get back from the bath.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Wow.
This is really adding to the sharpness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before the Child Protective Services steps.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Geez,
Before the school realizes she's gone.
it's like, yeah, her parents are in the bathroom. I want to put my hand on her leg. Give me a break, dudes.
Okay, now it's not.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Over the top. Over
That free candy van out of here.
yeah. When
All right,
it
Howie.
airs and it's edited down to our 3 choices, don't anyone be too surprised.
By the way, we're brought to you by DJ Event Planner. www.djeventplanner.com.
It was.
And you go see that they're very awesome.
Next week, our sponsors are.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting a phone call from EV's Mike.
And Hell Bosman.
What's that?
Oh, they pulled
Look,
it.
yes, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we ended on a note of laughter. Thank you all for being here. And as
Remember
always,
laughter.
if you have something you'd like us to talk about when this goes to YouTube next week, leave it in the comment section. We'll be happy to oblige you. And please do click on that More button, and it will have all the lists of the sponsors for the show that keeps us on the air. And please patronize them if you can. With that, we'll say goodnight, and we'll see you.